Stay away from my friend. That's what this elephant, Gauri, is telling us. She's protecting her disabled buddy, Anisha, who's apparently signaling for help. Gauri's mammoth appearance can be intimidating to many, but she's always a comfort to Anisha. These two elephants share remarkable stories of survival. A few years ago, a heavy log rolled over Anisha's front legs and paralyzed her, so her owner decided to give her away. Suparna Ganguly and her team have been rehabilitating all kinds of wildlife for the past 4 decades, but never elephants. However, Anisha's condition was so serious that they could not turn her away.
This Elephant Care Center was created at a very short notice when we heard that there was an elephant waiting to come for treatment and care, and she had nowhere else to go.
Anisha struggles to balance her body on her crippled legs, but still, one step at a time, she's determined to walk the path. Occasionally, she takes a break, but makes it to her final destination and cools off from the unbearable heat. This kind of regular exercise seems to be alleviating her pain. But her greatest pain reliever is her beloved friend Gauri. She was released from a temple after the authorities realized that her health was deteriorating.
Over a period of time, their bodies have come apart and their foots have rotted. And when they are actually wanting to be given up by their institutions, they are already in very bad health.
When Gauri arrived at the center a few years after Anisha, she had serious health issues. So severe that at one point it seemed no medicine would work.
There was abscess in her foot. The nails had not been trimmed and they were putting pressure on her foot. She had infection in her tushes and it was smelling foul and she would not allow anyone to medicate it. She had also been used to a combination of antibiotics and had come to a point where no antibiotic worked on her.
Ganguly still recalls how their healing began the moment they met at the rehab center 3 years ago.
The first thing that we could understand from their behavior was that the healing became faster and her monotony of her life changed. Suddenly there was spring in the air, and that was a wonderful change that we saw with our own eyes.
In the wild, female elephants socialize and bond by touching and feeling each other. Here, Gauri and Anisha get to do the same. They are inseparable. After feeding on some grass, they get to hang out together and do whatever they want. Now it's time for a good scrub and shower, necessary to eliminate parasites and dead skin. Meanwhile, Anisha undergoes a special treatment daily. It looks pretty painful, but draining the pus from the abscess has helped reduce the inflammation and prevent further infection.
We hope in the next 8 months to a year, it should be 100% closed.
We revisited Anisha 8 months later, and her abscess had shrunk quite a bit. She's been receiving laser therapy that helps increase heat and blood flow and alleviates her suffering.
To ease her pain, we do try a kind of combination of stuff like foot soaks in warm water, Ayurvedic oil massages, nutritional supplements, and exercising by walking her for short distances.
Gauri is also pampered to no end. One of the trickiest routines involves soaking her feet in an iodine solution. They are now ready for a scrumptious meal.
Each elephant gets the ration of 10 to 12 kilos of ragi, rice, pepper, some spices, turmeric, salt, green gram dal, which is a very, very nutritious supplement, and jaggery.
Later in the evening, more indulgence. Anisha is a bit nervous, but Gauri is totally immersed in every sense. Now it's time for some games. They load a pulley with grass stuffed with treats and drag it to the roof.
Instead of bending down, they exercise their shoulder muscles by stretching their trunk out. But when she really wants to interact, she rushes to Anisha, and that is the greatest enrichment they have, is each other.
Anisha and Gauri will never be forced to do anything in this facility. Tender, loving care is something they share between each other and they receive from everyone in this facility. What a heartrending story. of two elephants that met as strangers and have now bonded for life. But the sad reality is there are approximately 2,500 captive elephants across India that will remain shackled forever, never to see the light of day, never be able to enjoy the simple pleasures that Anisha and Gauri are able to enjoy here. Reporting from Malur, Karnataka, I am Sangita Iyer.